What's going on? How y'all guys doing? It's been a minute. Well, it's actually been like a fucking week, but yeah, this is a different type of video. This isn't a fucking Minecraft video. This isn't a horror game video. This is actually a body transformation video. But yeah, today I want to show you how I went from looking like this to looking like this in 4 months. Now, there's a lot of things to add. Those are my point, like my point of view, kind of. This is kind of like a thing to show you that you don't need much to start, and this is also kind of a realistic, well, it is a realistic viewpoint of what you can look like in 4 months if you really put your mind to it and you can really dig deep and do it. When you go on YouTube and look up a, like, however long body transformation, whether it's 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, 8 months, a year, all the way in that year span, especially when it comes to the lower months, you don't really see a realistic one. You just see a bunch of clickbait and bullshit. So I'm here to show you in my point of view. Now, I'm not perfect. I know that. I know I have some things to improve with my training. I know I have things to improve with my diet and whatnot. But I'll get into the diet and all that part later in the video. Just want to show you a realistic, my point of view of where you can be if you put your mind to something. Okay, well, this first picture here, this was probably taken around February. I think like the first week of February, if I'm not wrong. I think this was the first week of February. It is probably around the time I uploaded this video. As you can all tell, I said in the beginning of it that I was actually going on a little fitness journey. Let's improve the body. I don't like the way my body looks. And this is the picture now. This was taken in mid-May, I believe. Now, let's go back to this first picture here for a minute. This first picture, my weight was around 145-ish pounds, maybe a little more, I don't remember. And the second picture here is at 157. And now, obviously, that was about a month ago, so I have put on a little bit more weight since then. I'm actually sitting around like 162 pounds right now. I started working out around that time of the first picture, and you know, and I didn't go to the gym. Like, that's going to sound confusing. Well, how the hell were you working out? How were you lifting and not going to the gym? Well, I started out with a little weight bench. It only went up to like 100 pounds. There's just a bench, a barbell that weighed probably nothing. Well, yep, nothing. And it came with weights from 5 pounds up to 25-pound plates. Started with that. I got that as a birthday present a few years ago. And, you know, I never really utilized it. I mainly just stayed in storage or whatnot. I got it back in like 2023, so around the summer, so around about 2 years ago now. And I used it for a little bit. I got into weightlifting, and I'm like, you know what? This is when I'm going to start changing. This is when I'm going to start lifting. Okay, I just left high school and went homeschool, so I mean, I was out of playing sports. I was playing football like 5'3", 130 pounds. Okay, that's a pretty small stature. Anyway, I started lifting then. I was going all right. I went for like a month and then just like, you know what, screw it. You know, depression stuff got in the way. I wanted to start recording YouTube, and anything about lifting just went away. And what I mean by went away was I thought I was taking it serious, but I didn't realize how much I had to put into it, how much you really have to put into it if you're actually trying to get to where you want to be. So my diet was horrible. I mean, I didn't track anything. I didn't know anything about protein. I knew something about protein, but I didn't track it. I didn't track my calories. I didn't do any of that, right? I didn't do a single thing when it came to stuff like that. So back in 2024, a year ago, around January, the beginning of the year, I started going to the gym. I'm like, you know what? Let's go to the gym. Let's get fit. But I was doing it for the wrong reasons. So again, didn't really take it serious. I didn't track any of my macros. I didn't track protein. I didn't track fats. I didn't track carbs. I didn't track calories. I didn't track a damn thing. All right. Well, that lasted all for like 2 weeks. Stopped going. Didn't lift. Didn't care. Didn't do anything when it came to lifting for the rest of the year. And then around January into December, you know, my friend, he went on a bulk. He started going on a bulk. And I'm like, man, you know, I'm really getting the itch. I really want to lift. And then I don't really know what started it. I don't. But something inside of me said, we're gonna actually fucking do this. We're gonna commit to this shit. Like we're actually gonna commit to this. And as you can see, I did. Started, I'd say, like the ending of January. The reason why I say 4 months and I'm saying I started at the end of January, because I mean, it was like literally the last few days of January, and I'm not going to count January for a month because, I mean, wasn't anything. Started then, and then like I said, that's when that first picture popped up. And now we're getting into like the stages of what happened. We got all the backstory out of the way. We got all of everything else out of the way. Now let's get into the stage. Stage 1. Diet. My diet changed completely. You know, before I was eating like any teenager would, and didn't really give a fuck what we ate, you know, fucking Doritos, Mountain Dew, playing fucking Fortnite all day. So before I started lifting, I had a skinny fat physique. In loose terms, that's what it's called. Skinny fat physique. I was like, I don't really want this body fat. I know I want to get big, and that's coming later in like the next stage. But I'm like, let me cut some of this body fat off first. So from the beginning of February till about mid of March, I went on this thing I like to call, I guess, a pre-bulk phase. So I went on a diet, calorie deficit, 1,200 calories a day. Big mistake. I shouldn't have went that damn low. I'm surprised if I gained anything from that. So I was eating chicken, rice, water, cut out sugars completely, cut out soda completely, cut all of that out. I did that for about 12 weeks. And then after the 12 weeks, which I'm gonna assume was about... So I did that till about mid-March. So about a month and some change. And after that, my friend told me, hey, I think it's a good idea if you start bulking. And that's when we get into stage 2, the bulk. I started doing research, you know, I started doing like countless videos, countless Sam Silic videos, countless any gym influencer videos when it comes to bulks. How to do it the correct way, how to do this, that, the other. And I'm like, okay, I have 2 options here. Either lean bulk or dirty bulk. Now, the lean bulk is, I would say, more effective. You know, you're not putting on as much body fat, but it's more expensive. As a 17-year-old, I don't really provide what I eat most of the time. I'm like, you know what? Let's do the easy route. Let's go to the dirty bulk. So, started dirty bulking from that time to now, and I have put on about 20. Yeah, I put on 20 pounds since the beginning of it. And that's when the second picture, like I said, that was 157, but I've come up about 5 more pounds since then. That's where I'm at now, and just a little bit bigger. Now, a lot of things that people want to talk about is don't dirty bulk. You know, you're going to put on a lot of unnecessary fat, and which is true, but you're also going to put on fat whether you fucking bulk or not. I mean, whether you dirty bulk or lean bulk. I mean, that's just part of it. Now, dirty bulk, of course, you're going to put on more body fat than you will on a lean bulk. Hence the name lean bulk, and hence the name dirty bulk. Okay, there's a difference. But if you were really serious about putting on size, you need to do whatever you can. And I'm not saying go out there and eat 5,000 fucking calories a day. No, that's not what I'm saying. You should use the same thing I use. It's called the calorie calculator, or the bulking calculator. You type in your age, your weight, your height, and what your goal is, whether that's to gain weight, slowly gain weight, rapidly gain weight, or just gain weight or lose weight or maintain what you have. And then it'll tell you what it is. I'll put it in the description in case you guys want to know. I started doing that, started tracking my macros, started tracking all my calories. You know, I started hitting my protein intake every day, which is for me. So 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. And if I couldn't do that, I would do 0.8 grams times my body weight. So anywhere in that range, I was straight. So I started doing that, started tracking it, and I'd say like around April is when I really started to beef up. Like, I turned into a fucking meatball. And I'm still turning into a fucking meatball, which is my goal. But yeah, I'm 162 right now. My goal weight is like 170, 175 before I cut some of that body fat off to get a little bit more definition. But that's pretty much it. I just wanted to show you guys a realistic expectation if you really put your mind to it and what you could see, you know. But yeah, this is my first time ever making one of these videos, so I'm obviously not the best at it. I do have a lot more progress to make. Like I said, like, I'm not perfect. I still have a lot of things I got to fix. But yeah, I just wanted to show you guys that. And before I go subscribe to my new YouTube channel. It is Depressed State Fan. The College Football 26 is dropping in less than a month, and I will be making content primarily on that channel now. So, yeah, go subscribe to it if you haven't. But, yeah, if you guys enjoyed, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and I will talk to you guys later. Peace.